In a world that often rushes past others' pain, one man stopped for just a moment and changed a little girl's life forever. This is the story of a tearful day at a local market that turned into a lesson in kindness, hope, and humanity. The market. It was a bright Saturday morning in Portland, Oregon. The local farmers market buzzed with life. People chatting, music playing, kids laughing, the air rich with the smell of baked bread and roasted coffee. Among the crowd, a little girl, maybe 7 years old, stood alone near a fruit stall. Her brown curls were messy, her cheeks flushed, and in her small, trembling hands, she held a crumpled dollar bill. She looked around, confused, scared, lost. Tears rolled down her face as she whispered, "Mommy, where are you?" People walked past. Some noticed her, most didn't. Everyone was in a hurry. The stranger nearby, a man named Ethan Parker, a 35-year-old carpenter with kind eyes and rough hands, was buying apples for his wife. He noticed the girl's trembling shoulders and stopped. He crouched down slowly and said softly, "Hey there, sweetheart. Are you okay?" The girl sniffled, clutching the dollar tightly. "I lost my mom. She was just here. I tried to buy apples, but I can't find her." Her small voice broke Ethan's heart. He glanced around, no sign of anyone looking for her. He knelt and smiled gently. "It's all right. We'll find her together. What's your name?" "Maddie," she said between sobs. "Okay, Maddie. I'm Ethan. You want to hold my hand while we look for your mom?" She nodded. Searching the market. They began walking through the rows of stalls, calling her mother's name. Ethan noticed how everyone was so caught up in their own world. Some people smiled at Maddie, but kept moving. Others just avoided eye contact. After 10 minutes, no sign of her mom. Maddie's lip trembled again. Ethan knelt down and said, "Hey, you're doing great. Don't worry, we'll find her. How about we get some water first?" He took her to a nearby lemonade stand. When he tried to pay, Maddie quickly pushed her dollar forward. No, she said, "I have money." Ethan smiled warmly. "You keep that for your apples, okay? This one's on me." The vendor, overhearing, handed them 2 lemonades with a smile. "That's one kind man you've got there, kiddo." Maddie giggled through her tears. It was the first smile Ethan saw on her face. The announcement. Ethan led her to the market's information booth and explained the situation. Within minutes, a voice echoed through the speakers. "Attention shoppers, if anyone is looking for a young girl named Maddie, please come to the North Information booth." Maddie squeezed Ethan's hand tighter, fear flickering in her eyes. "What if she doesn't hear it?" "She will," Ethan said softly. "Moms always find their kids." He knelt so she could see his eyes and added, "And even if she doesn't right away, you've got me until she does. You're not alone, okay?" She nodded and leaned against him, her little fingers still clutching that dollar. 15 minutes passed, then suddenly, a woman's panicked voice broke through the crowd. "Maddie!" Maddie turned, eyes wide, and ran. Her mother, a young woman in her 30s, sprinted forward and scooped her into her arms, sobbing. "Oh, my baby, I thought I lost you." The crowd around them relaxed, even smiled. Ethan stepped back quietly, relieved. The mother turned to him, tears in her eyes. "You found her? Thank you. I can't ever repay you." Ethan shook his head. "No need, just glad she's safe." But Maddie tugged at his sleeve. "Wait!" She opened her little fist, that same dollar bill. She held it out to him. "You helped me. I want you to have this." Ethan froze. He looked at her tiny hand and smiled softly. "You keep it, sweetheart." Maybe you can buy those apples after all. Matty frowned. But I want to say thank you. He thought for a moment, then took a single apple from his bag and placed it in her hand. Tell you what, we'll trade your kindness for mine. She giggled, hugging the apple tightly. A year later. A full year passed. Ethan's life went on. Work, family, and the simple joys of small-town living. One day, while volunteering at a local charity drive, he noticed a familiar face. A now slightly older Matty, handing out food boxes beside her mom. The mother saw him and smiled. You probably don't remember us, but... Of course I do, Ethan said warmly. How's my little market buddy doing? Matty grinned. I'm good. I help here every weekend. Mom says we have to be kind, like you were. Ethan felt a lump in his throat. The mom added, that day changed her. She talks about it all the time. She even kept that apple core. She said it reminded her that one small act can grow into something bigger. Ethan chuckled softly. Sounds like she's already teaching the lesson better than I ever could. Kindness doesn't always come from the richest people or the grandest gestures. Sometimes it's found in a crowded market, in a stranger who takes a moment to care. Because one simple act of love can echo for a lifetime. Even the smallest act of kindness can plant a seed that grows into something beautiful. Never underestimate the power of a gentle heart.